Okay, here's the next step you need to do in your lab final. I've drawn a coordinate system here on this quadrille paper. Replicates upper right hand corner is 20, 20, 0, 20 minus 20 is 0, minus 20, 20, 0, blah, 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 etc. And the center is 0, 0, 0. Remember, this is the X and the Y, X direction, this is the Y, Z would be coming facing up. You know, remember your right hand rule. If I say left hand rule, but the same thing applies. What I need you to do is assume that your pegs are going to be located here, 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 and here. Now that would be 20, 18, 0, 16, 14, and 12, 0, like that. What I want you to do, and I will do another one, another video that'll give everybody their patterns that they had. If you don't remember your pattern, I'll show that in the next video. Mark down the first points. Let's call it P1 and say P1 equals your coordinate. Now let's call P1 home. So that's going to be 0, 0, 20, because I want the arm to be all the way up in the center. So that's going to be your P1. P2, let's say P2 is going to be that first peg. So P2 is going to be 20, 18, 0. Do that for all your coordinates for your pegs. Do that for where you're going to be positioning your pegs. Let's say I'm going to position a peg here. Now let's call that P3. That's going to be, the X is 0, the Y is 2, 4, 6, 8, because each line represents 2 and then 0. If I have another peg that's supposed to go here, call that P4, it's going to be X 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, minus 6, as I went in this direction, this is 0 points, and then 0. Now, that's for that location. For what we're going to use for when we place our pegs on, we're going to pick up our pegs, we're actually going to move the robot. I want you to move the robot to a Z10 position, plus 10. Z plus 10. So if I were moving my robot to place my peg at P4, say P5, it would go to 10 minus 6, 10. Then the next move would be down to P4, where it would move it down. Then you release your peg. Now once again, you're going to move the arm to your locations, and the location, before you drop down to pick up the peg, you stop at a plus 10 in the Z direction, then you go down and pick up your peg. Let's say I'm going to go pick up my first peg. So my first motion, P1, is going to go to 20, 18, and 10, because I want to go above it. And then my next motion, P2, is going to be 20, 18, 0, where I go down. Then I will get my peg. Then I'll go back up to P1 before I move off to my next spot. And if I'm going to move it to here, then my next location would be P3, which was called that P3, and that was 2, 4, 6, 8, X 10, minus 6, and 10, because I want to stop above it. Then P4, be 10 minus 6, 0. Do that for all of your pegs and all of your patterns. Thank you. I'll post another video later today.